What's up guys, Gaming here and welcome back to another Fortnite creative tutorial. In today's video I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make a random gun generator for maps such as Gunfight when there's multiple rounds and you want them to have different guns each round. This can work with many other game modes as well, but this is the best way to implement it into the Gunfight game mode from Call of Duty. Anyway, how to make this, it is actually quite easy but difficult with the settings. There's two ways you can do this. You can either do it with a trigger or you can do it with the perception trigger. I use both just in case something goes wrong, but it seems to work perfectly every time, and I think I've got exactly how it should be working. I've not had any problems with this, and this is my own version. I've not seen anyone else do this, so it's pretty unique and it's pretty cool. So if you do add the perception trigger into your map, you've got to have it so that it sees the players when they spawn. Or what you can do is have the trigger, but the problem with the trigger is when people spawn, it doesn't trigger the trigger if the trigger's on their spawn. So you have to have the trigger on a doorway that they run out, and then the guns will spawn. But the best way is to do it on the perception trigger, because that spawns the guns instantly as soon as everyone spawns. Right, so the settings of how to do this. You want to place down 2 of these devices, the item granters, and that's the 2 guns you're going to be granting people every round. You can obviously add up to 5 if you wanted to, because there's 5 inventory spots, but I use 2 because that's what Gunfight uses. The perception trigger, that's what activates the guns and gives it to them. So let's start from the beginning. You want to place down this, and then here's the settings, what you want in both of these item granters. You want it to be enabled on game start, you want it to keep all, and so on. You can pause the video, slow it down if you really want to see what settings I have changed and added. You want to put it on grant item when receiving from channel 1, and then cycle to random item when receiving from channel 1 as well. So that's that entire item spawner. And I believe this one is the exact same. I'll go through it just in case there is settings that I have changed, but I'm pretty sure they are the exact same. So you want to do that 2 times or 5 times depending on what you want, and you can have all different guns. You can have medical stuff and grenades and stuff like that in a different one. And so what that'll happen is you'll get 1 gun out of each one of these every round. I will show an example at the end of this video. And then to activate these into people's inventories, you need this. So you go to your perception trigger, customize it. Times can trigger only once, because if someone goes out of the vision and goes back in and it's on infinite, it'll trigger again and swap the guns. You could have that if you want. You could have it like ever changing guns, but that's probably not the best way to go. And then you want to scroll down on here. You want enable on minigame start enabled, and then the channel, you want it on channel 1. So when the device sees the player, you want it to activate channel 1, which will activate these 2. That's pretty much the only settings you have to change on the perception trigger. And then from there, with my game mode here, I just put it right in the middle here, because it's going to see everyone either spawning on that side, or it's going to see people spawning on that side. But if you do have it in a room, you want to put it next to the players, just like there, so it can see them spawn when they're in the game. Anyway, moving on to the final trigger. This one you don't have to change much. You just want it on like channel 1 that it gets triggered, and you only want it on times can trigger 1. Pretty much the same as a perception trigger if you want to do it this way. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the devices. Now the settings. So if you go into My Island and then go into My Island settings, I'm just going to get the text up here. Here's what you want to change on here to make it work. If you do not change these settings, the game mode will not work, even with the devices correct. So make sure you're changing these ones. So you want to go to game settings, change teams to 2, or you could have a free-for-all. That is completely up to you. Revert class to default. You want that on round-ended, so that they don't keep the classes every round. Spawns, you want 1. Total rounds, you can have up to 5. This game mode is really fast, so I have 5 rounds because it's really fun as well. So yeah, time limit, have that on whatever you want. And then you want to scroll down to where is it? I think it's, there we go, last standing to end. You want that on, and then you want rotation as well on every round, and then win condition when you go to UI, you want that on eliminations and so on. So that's how you set that up. Everything else you guys can change if you want, and I believe that's about it. If there's anything else, you can obviously pause the video and see if I've changed any settings that you haven't, but that is how to make this work. It's a really fun, new, unique game mode. I have not seen any other tutorials on this. I have seen one, but it didn't work, so I had to make my own version. So I do hope this helped you create this game mode. It's really cool and a lot of fun for you guys to play. I will put the map code to this in the description, and I will be building a lot more, so make sure to stick around for that. I got some unique ideas coming up that I'm going to be creating, and I've also got another really cool mechanic of how to make the king game modes, where like you get a certain amount of kills and then your character changes color. I'm going to be doing that in a few days, so I cannot wait, and you guys will definitely enjoy that. Anyway guys, leave a like, subscribe, click that bell to get notified, and I'll see you all in the next one.